Hi, what's up, guys? So, again, like I said in the last video, I'm gonna do more I'm gonna do music reviews or album reviews. Um, but the first one we're gonna talk about is 17 Seconds. Ooh, wait, can I? Yeah, there we go, full shot. 17 Seconds. Um, there we go. And so to show what other records I also have Three Imaginary Boys, which we'll review that one day. I would do that. I should have done that first, but I want to do 70 Seconds first. Faith, then obviously 17 Seconds, and I do have the Kiss Me album, which I will review at some point. Again, it's one of my favorite albums. Again, like all these albums are actually my favorite albums, but first we're gonna be with 17 Seconds. This album came out in 1980, and it's it's The Cure's third record. They did a lot of singles. They did a lot of singles though before. The single for 17 Seconds was The Forest, and it's honestly like a well-known Cure song. Again, when I got into the Cure music, like when I really got into it, I first listened to A Forest, and it really did hit me. Out of all the Cure songs, that one like really hit me. I was like, shit, this is a really good song. And then I kept going and looking at the Cure's music. But again, I would talk about like the reason I got into Cure, but I'll probably won't do that till I review Disintegration, because obviously I feel like a lot of people heard about the Cure on Disintegration, so I'll talk about that story on Disintegration when I review Disintegration, which won't be for a while because I don't think I'm gonna be able to. But whenever I get the album, because I don't see myself getting it right away, because it is one of my favorite albums. It's just that the one I'm trying to get right now is the one I can't say it. I'll just say the Cornography or Corn. I'll just call it Corn. Because if I say the real thing, it's gonna be. I feel like YouTube would take it off, or I don't know. I haven't looked into the guidelines for the word, but I know YouTube will do something with the video. But yeah, 17 Seconds is I would say one of the best Cure albums. Again, it's hard to rank them. They're all really good. Even the other ones, like soon I'm gonna review, like not now, but at some point I will review the top like the trilogy albums, which not mistaken by the Cure like trilogy, which is like the Corn, Disintegration, and Mood Swings. Well, not Mood Swings, Blood Flowers. Not that trilogy, but at some point I will do a video talking about the I would say like the depressing, sad trilogy of the Cure albums, which would be 17 Seconds, Corn, and what is it? Blood Flowers. And talk about it, the Corn album. I'm not gonna say it. But let's just say it came out right after. It came out after 17 Seconds. So again, you guys can look it up. I don't want to say it on YouTube, but that album's, I would say it's kind of like suicide of, but it's a really good album. But for today, we're gonna talk about 17 Seconds. Basically, this album, it's really atmospheric, similar to like the Cure's other albums. Basically, like most of their music's atmospheric, but this one's really atmospheric. Because with the other albums, with Three Imaginary Boys, I'll talk about it in the next video, in another video. But that one's more like, I would say it's more rock or more like indie rock. And then when it comes to Faith, it was more atmospheric. And in 17 Seconds, it went even more atmospheric than Faith. And it was really interesting. with the atmospheric and the vocals and the music. And in Reflection, there's no lyrics in the song, but you can tell it's like, you can sense like you're talking to yourself, like having thoughts and thinking what you did in that situation or in any situation. So basically, it is a reflection. And then Play for Today, it's a really good song with it. And I feel like it's one of the songs people know this album for. It's Play for Today, A Forest, and 17 Seconds, self-titled. Basically, those are like the most well-known ones from this album. The other ones are just, I would say, like obscure songs no one talks about. And honestly, one of my favorites is M, but we'll get into it later. Then there's Secrets and In Your House and 3, which are really well done with the atmospheric music. And I really like the guitar playing by Robert Smith. And then like the steady drum beats in this album by Little Tallhurst. And then like the smooth bass lines of Simon Gallup. Again, this album's really, really amazing, really beautiful. I would say it's in my top 5. I wouldn't say it's top 3, but it's definitely in my top 5. I'm trying to think, because there was also Wish, because the Kiss Me album and Wish and Korn, they're like my favorite albums, and I honestly, it would be like hard. I would have to do like a ranking video or something, but I definitely want to do a review, then do a ranking video. And I would do a ranking video, just don't want to do that first. I want to do probably review the albums first and then put it up. But then in the backside of the record, the final sound, it's very short, but it's interesting. But yeah, in the final sound, there's basically there's no singing, there's no bass. I wouldn't say guitar, I would say it's more like synth and piano. Again, that builds up the atmospheric of this album. It's just synth and piano. Then the iconic song, A Forest, basically the bass line, the drums, and the background guitar help build up the and even the lyrics to help build up the emotion of sadness, loneliness, and abandonment. Is really well done in the song, and it's, again, this song really hits. And if you're ever sad and depressed, I would say listen to A Forest. It would really hit like at those moments. And M, basically, it's some really good guitar riffs and like some like rhythmic guitar riffs and some steady drum beats, and the lyrics basically giving you the sense of not wanting to, having the sense of not wanting to lose anyone or losing a loved one. But yeah, that song's actually really good. It's one of my favorites. Aside from A Forest, I would say M, 17 Seconds, and even Reflection, because I really like Reflection for, I would say, like the guitar and the piano. Basically, it's just the piano and then the guitar just playing. Like, I can play it. Again, there's some songs I can play from this album. Basically, A Forest I can play, Reflection I can play, and I think M I can probably play. And then maybe 17 Seconds, I can probably play that. But yeah, some of these songs I could play on guitar. I'm not confident enough to put it on YouTube. Again, like once I keep practicing, I'll probably put it on YouTube and do covers. Yeah, At Night, basically the smooth guitar and bass line. But basically, At Night is a pretty good song. Describing crying in your room, basically. Again, basically this album is just fucking you being depressed, basically. It's just a depressing album. But what I liked about it is just it feels like you're in that moment, and it feels comfortable. That's what I like about these albums. They feel comfortable. Definitely Kiss Me Kiss Me album, that album feels like me, but like again, I would talk about it more in the video. But this one just feels like it just feels like you're depressed. And then I would say Faith is, again, we'll go into the other albums later, but 17 Seconds, basically saying you only have basically this album, basically 17 Seconds is like, it has really good guitar, like it's an amazing song, just like the other songs, and even in this album, it feels like one of the best albums the Cures have done. And I feel like with the Cure, most of the Cure albums, they just end off with the self-titled album. At the end, they don't do it in the beginning, like I would say like every other band. No, I would say like famous albums, or just like albums in general. I feel like they mostly put their main album song first, and then at the last song for the album, they just put whatever, or what they think is the end. But they actually put the self-titled at the end, which is crazy. But yeah, 17 Seconds really is an interesting song, basically saying that, that not everything can stay forever, which is basically, again, an interesting song. And again, the Cure music's really meaningful and interesting, and I do love the Cure music. And soon I will be reviewing the other albums. There's actually more Cure albums I want to get. Again, the Korn, and I'm trying to think, Korn, The Top. That's actually one of the albums I want to get. One of the albums I want to get, and I feel like no one talks about it, and I want to review The Top because I feel like it's an underrated album, and I know more people are talking about it now. But there's a lot of albums I want to review, and yeah, I really do love this album. I really do love this album. I would say it's pretty much almost like perfect front to back. I would say what I like about the songs though is like it goes in, like the same tune goes into the next song. Like that's what I like about some of the Cure songs, is that it goes through to the next song. Like it's not like something random, like they just blast out like a high note. It goes in with the same kind of note in the next song, and then plays it different, which is interesting, and it's what I want to do with my music when I do music. And yeah, hope you guys like this review. Again, I love this album. I actually recommend this. I would honestly recommend this to be your first album to listen to The Cure, because I feel like it kind of captures The Cure, not them now, but them back then. And then I think the album to capture like them is, I would recommend the Kiss Me album. But again, I'll talk about the Kiss Me album in another video. But yeah, if you guys want to listen to The Cure first, I would listen to the Kiss Me album or 17 Seconds. 17 Seconds basically is like The Cure from like the early 80s, or like the vibe from the early 80s, and then kind of carries on in the next albums with with more atmospheric music. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye guys.